Hi everyone, how you going? Hope everyone is well. Just a bit of a catch up on what I've been up to this week. Bit of weaving, bit of knitting, not as much as what I hoped, but I think I did get a fair bit done. I don't know whether you can see my loom is currently empty, so I'll be putting another warp on that soon. I did have a purple warp on there, and I had the scarf that I took off a couple of weeks ago. I got another purple scarf off the loom, and then I had a little bit left, which I divided into two, and I've woven, this was on one half, just like a little table runner, you know, to pop a pot plant or something on. So there was that one, which I've just knotted the fringe and trimmed it, and that's got to be washed. And this one, which I'm just knotting the fringe on yet, so it hasn't been trimmed. So I was just noticing when I was looking at the projects that I was pulling out to show you, I've got a bit of a colour theme going on this week. So that was the last of that purple warp. So I was quite happy with that. I got two decent sized scarves and then the two smaller table runners, so that's great. I did a little bit on my, we'll keep going with the purple, did a little bit on my Stevie. Had a bit of hand pain this week, which it's not from knitting. I did something and I can't remember what I did now, but been getting pain sort of across the middle of my hand here, so I've got to rest. I'll be knitting something, have to rest, and so I am conscious about going from projects with smaller needles to larger needles. So my Stevie did get a bit of love this week. Still working on the body, but I think I'm just about ready to start the rib. So I sort of want to, yeah, I may even start the rib, maybe another inch, and then I'll do some rib and then the sleeves and the neckband. I'm not going to do much on the sleeve, I don't think. Maybe a couple of inches. Yeah. Actually, looking in the screen there, it looks like there's a line across here. I wonder if that's where I put in a new ball and one is slightly lighter than the other. It's not obvious in real life, but there are a few stripy bits across there. Okay, so that's, I mean, if I just concentrate on this, I could get that done by next week. But my Luella dress has been taking up my time. The other thing I did, I just wanted, because the Luella is, I'll show you how it's going in a minute, but it's just stocking stitch at the moment in the round for the skirt of the dress. I just wanted something that was more instant gratification, I guess. And I saw a post somewhere about crocheted baskets, and I need something, another like project bag basket. You tend to use baskets more than project bags. I like to have them open on the floor beside me. And as you know, I'm trying to use up some stash, which I was going through during the week, and pulled out some stuff that I'm just not going to knit with, and I also don't want to weave with. So door creaking, it was going to bang, sorry about that. Is going to go to the op shop thrift store tomorrow. I'll be dropping that off. But I also found some other yarns, and I thought I would combine them in this project. So this is 4 strands of DK weight together, which I have inside the basket. So I'm just, at the moment, that's what I'm using. I've also been using that, which when I run out of one of these, I'll include that. I'm doing it with a 9mm crochet hook, and it's just like a little, I'm still working on it, just a little crochet basket. So just did the center. It's a bit ruffled, but it'll be okay. Just did the center as big as I wanted. Now I'm just working straight up, and I'll pop a couple of handles in there. So I'll probably, I don't know, it'll be at least that high again, if not a little bit more. So that's working up quite quickly, and that just gives my hands something different, to a different movement, and a rather large hook to be working with. The other thing I've been working on this week is my temperature project. I've been keeping that up to date. I think I've got just yesterday's or 2 days maybe to add to it. So that's how it's looking at the moment. These eyelet rows are where the month changes. So this is January, and then February, and then March. So we have had a couple of hot days this month. So I've got the red colour that I'm working with at the moment. The boysenberry came in February. I was sort of hoping we'd get some more boysenberry, but it hasn't quite made it. So there'll be a couple more red stripes. But yeah, I doubt we'll get any boysenberry. So hopefully it'll start moving more into the greens and blues over the next month or two. So yeah, that's coming on. That's something that's quick and easy. I usually wait till I've got maybe 3 or 4 days at least, and then I just do that to catch up. But yeah, I want to keep up to date on that. So the Luella dress is coming on. I've got another 2 weeks before the wedding, so there's a good chance I will get it finished. I'll just move back to show you. So it's sort of maybe about 3 inches above my knee. So it's getting there. I'm still doing increase rows, so I think I've got another 2 increase rounds to do on that, and then working this will be the hem of the dress, the beaded lace hem. So, and I think once I start that, even though that takes a bit more time, it is much more interesting than just going round and round. So I think that will go fairly quickly once I get down to that section of the skirt. So I'm hoping to get, by the end of next week, get all the stockinette done, and then I have a week to finish the beading on the end, and I'm actually off work that week. So I think that will, I think it's achievable. And I'd also like to get it blocked, wet blocked, before I go. I'm thinking what I'll do is I'll finish the stockinette to where I think it's the correct length, and then I might hang it for a couple of days. My fear is that I get it right and then I wear it and it grows like 6 inches. So yeah, I think I might hang it for a couple of days just to let it drop a bit. Maybe even steam block it while it's hanging, or give it a bit of a mist with water, just to see how it's looking. I could even block it, wet block it, dry it flat, and then hang it up again and see. But yeah, I'll do something about that. So little bits of different things. I want to try and get the loom warped up this afternoon. It's not going to be a very exciting weave to start with. I've got a plain cotton warp. I think it's cotton, and it's just it's a pre-wound, pre-made Sowry warp. So with the Sowry looms, you can make your own warps, or you can buy these already made that you pop onto the loom. So I'm pretty sure this is cotton, and it's just a natural cotton colour. You can see there. And I will be using, I was looking for something plain, like white cream to weave with. So I've got this from Bendigo Woolen Mills, which is a 2-ply classic 100% wool. So I'm just going to be weaving in that. So it's going to be quick and easy. I'll wind up a heap of bobbins and then just go with that. And the reason I'm doing the plain colours is I'm going to be doing some indigo dyeing. So I just wanted that blank canvas to work on, and I'll get I don't know whether just to do it in one piece. I think I'll just do one piece, do some indigo dyeing. Don't know whether I'll just do it in one big lot or whether I'll dip dye different sections of it, or yeah, I'll see. And then use that as just a whole cloth that I will then make a garment out of, I think. Or I could make the garment and then dye it. Yeah, I'll have to have a think about that. But at the moment I have to get the loom warped and get this on it and just weave it. I think it's a 6 meter warp, so shouldn't take too long, I hope. So that's the plans for the next week. Oh, I've got this little bookmark staring at me. I warped up the little saffron pocket loom and started another bookmark. See, there's lots of ends I've got to finish off. But what I'm using for that is, I don't know where the rest of the ball has got to. I'm using the little opal minis that I got, the little 10 grand opal minis. I thought, and there is the rest of the ball somewhere, because I looked at how much I'd used, and I think I can probably get about at least three bookmarks from each ball, and so they'll have the color changes. This one's more like a fadey type one. I think some of them are sort of like the fake feral, which may not show up with this, only doing this width. But yeah, I thought they'd be interesting. Make little interesting bookmarks without me having to worry about changing colours. So yeah, we'll get that one off soon. Get some more of those done. But I think that's about it for this week with what I've been doing, my plans for next week. Yeah, so each week lately I've been telling you about another YouTuber that I've been watching. And the one for this week is something totally different again. Her name is Nellie, and she's fairly local to me. She's a bit nomadic, so she was very local to me, and then she moved a couple of hours away. But Nellie is a reseller, so, and she calls herself a treasure hunter. She does a lot of op shopping, thrift shopping, garage sales, looking for things that she can resell. So she has an eBay store. Her dream is one day to have her own sort of like vintage store. She really likes vintage clothing and bits and pieces. And recently she's taken up metal detecting. So she's been on some of the local beaches metal detecting. And I did a bit of reselling at one stage, which I think was how I first met Nellie. But I enjoy thrift shopping and reusing and upcycling and that type of thing. So it's really interesting, especially seeing she's going to not my local op shop, but around my general area, seeing what sort of things you can find in the local op shops. Yeah, so if you want to check out Nellie, she's also, at the moment, she's living in a bus. I think it's a 40-foot bus that she has toured around Australia with, but she's currently looking for somewhere to set up permanently. So they're in the bus. It's her and her husband and her grandkids, and some pets. So it's just sort of a peek into someone else's life, and grandma raising her grandkids, and an op shopper, a reseller, a metal detector. So if that sounds interesting, go and check out Nellie. I think her channel is called Treasure Hunting Boomer, maybe. I'll leave a link to it anyway down below. Yeah, so I think that's about it for this week. Just short and sweet. I'll finish getting the fringe tied off on this side and decide how long I want the fringe, trim that off and get these two pieces in the wash. This one's a little bit, I don't know whether you can tell the difference. This one's quite drapey. They're both on a wool warp. This is a silk mostly for the weft. And this one, I don't know what it is. It's sort of like a wrapped, I don't know how well you can see it. Sort of like this cotton or linen, almost like a twine, and then it was wrapped in different colours, which could be a silk. I don't know, but just makes it a bit of a firmer weave. It's still got a bit of drape, but I just thought it was more suited for a table runner or something than an actual garment. So yeah, I'll get those in the wash this afternoon. It's been quite warm here and it's breezy. The ocean beat, yeah, the ocean breeze. We're right next to a river, which we're not that far from the actual coast. So we do usually get that breeze come through later in the day. So these won't take very long to dry at all. Yep, get those done. Get the loom warped up and get going with some more weaving. I'm going to watch a few YouTube podcasts this afternoon and get some more work done on my Luella dress. And I'll chat to you probably next weekend. See how we're going. Okay, take care everyone. Hope you're all well. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.